I'm going to lock the previous spotlights so that I don't move them by accident. So this right here is our spotlight. It's a pretty similar color to our camera. Make it orange. So that's our spotlight. Just try to move it backwards. Gonna position it like that. Move it towards the corner. Let's go to the end of the frame. I kind of want the light to reveal my text as it's zooming out. So if I turn off both of these previous spotlights, we're going to get that effect. I'm going to bring this guy here, make a keyframe for all of these, and push them back. Make one for position 2. Then hit U to reveal all of the active keyframes. Drag these guys all the way to the beginning. And at the end, I want this slide to just go from here all the way towards this area. So just grab it and rotate it like this so that it's illuminating the other side of the text. Bring it here. And if needed, you can rotate it. I'm going to see if that would be necessary. Just turn off your previous spotlights so you can see what the intensity looks like. I think we don't need rotations. I'm going to turn all of these guys off. So we're just dealing with position. It goes from this side. You can see that it's pretty dark. And it kind of pans over onto this side. Although in the first keyframe, we may have to fix the rotation. So I ended up with 2 keyframes. At the beginning, it's all the way here, and it moves its way towards the opposite end, illuminating the text from this side. Now just grab this guy to the beginning, and let's find out where the text is finally visible. Then drag this guy in, like so. Now we're done with this spotlight, but let's bring back our previous 2 lights, which are currently way too intense. I'm going to grab both by holding down Command or Control and type in intensity to kind of reduce the amount, because right now it's way too intense and we can barely tell the location of our main light. I think I'll go with 10% for each of these guys. Make a keyframe for intensity, then go to the beginning and turn this to the negative side, maybe -50. We want it to be pretty dark when this first shows up, and then it slowly starts to get illuminated as we zoom out. That's looking pretty good. Let's do the same thing with the ambient light. So we kind of get this dark reveal of our text. Select it and type in intensity. Make a keyframe with 13%. Drag this guy back and then turn this to -60. So now when we play this back, we're going to get a very dark text which reveals to say text. If you want this to be faster, we can drag the keyframes in closer, but I like this mysterious text reveal, so I'm just going to leave it be. All right, so we got our text, and I'm done with the lighting. Now what I want to do is to put a background and give this text a little shadow. So hold down Command Y. Let's make a white background and put in a gradient look. So go to White Solid, Effect, Generate Gradient Ramp. I'm going to go to Radial, place the start of the ramp at the center of my text. Let me just go back to one view. Start of ramp, let's put it in the center. End of ramp, I guess we can go somewhere like this. Let's choose a different color. a simple background. Not that complicated, so we get this dark reveal. We can also do the same reveal thing with the background. So hit U on one of your spotlights. Over here, let's make it 0%. In the next keyframe, start the stopwatch. In the next keyframe, we're going to set this to 100. So slowly, as we're getting the text, we're also seeing the background. Just going to bring this guy in closer. Now let's pre-compose all of our lights and text layer. Right click, pre-compose, call it text final. I'm going to add in CC light sweep on my text final. It's going to give this a metallic look. This is optional, of course. And we want to maybe make the light sweep come from the right and disappear towards the left because our spotlight is currently on the right. So the light sweep should come from the right as well. A few seconds after our reveal, we're going to drag the center of this in the corner so completely out of frame. Turn on the stopwatch, hit U, go forward and drag this guy towards the opposite end. So now when we play this back, we get this shiny looking text reveal. And drag the opacity a little closer. Drag these guys close too. Now you can go in between one of these and work with the options that we have. So first is our direction, which I'm pretty happy with. We can increase the width of this shine, but you don't want to go too high or else it will be something like this. I will go with the default, which was 50, maybe go for 70. Sweep intensity, I'll leave this for default. If you want to change the color, you can do it right here, but since we have a metallic look, I think white will look great. But you can simply change the color and get a different result. As you can see, getting different colors. Also going to drag my text a little bit towards the side because I feel like it's not quite centered. So I'm going to go in my text final. I feel like text is not centered. Let's hit P on my text and just move it a little bit towards the right so that it's perfectly aligned. This will not affect the light sweeps. Don't worry about that. So now that's looking a lot better. Have a nice little text. That's looking pretty good. So now what we can do is to maybe change the background. I'm not happy with these colors. So I'm just going to maybe grab a darker color. So this color will do nicely for me. I'm also going to kind of fade out my entire composition. Make a keyframe for opacity at 100% and then 0 at the beginning. So just like a slight fade like that as it's making its way down. I'm also going to hit U, go on my light sweep. The center is kind of in the composition, just move it out so that we don't get that line when we're fading in our text. So it comes in like that. Let's just check the speed. There we go. So that's how you can create this really simple 3D text reveal using some lights in After Effects. Lights are really helpful and they can really turn a two-dimensional work into 3D just by adding some sort of lighting to your composition. We saw how we can use the different types of light to get exactly the result we want. And in the further lessons, we will be using lights more often because it's really essential when it comes to 3D work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. I will see you in the next one.